Namaste and welcome everyone for today's webinar on interfaith marriages, challenges, and reconciliation. So in this webinar, we're going to delve into interfaith marriages between individuals from Dharmic, Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh backgrounds, and Abrahamic, Jewish, Christian, and Muslim traditions. It'll also explore interracial and interfaith marriages. We'll review the various stages of relationships from dating all the way after the end of life. The most critical issue being determining the formal religion of interfaith children. Participants and you'll be introduced to religious scriptures, personal experiences, and the expectations of different religious institutions. So we'll discuss marriage and divorce laws from various countries, and we're going to try and get a better understanding of the social impacts of interfaith marriages and the challenges posed by sometimes intolerant practices. Dilip ji is our wonderful guest or speaker or faculty. I'm actually in the Varna and Jati course, Distinguishing Varna and Jati course with Dr. Aminji, and he is a stalwart in the Hindu community. He's run the Speakers Bureau, helped get it started, and he's the founder of interfaithshadi.org and hinduspeakers.org. He serves as the director of the Peninsula Multi-Faith Coalition in the San Francisco Bay Area. He's a Dharma ambassador, former advisory committee member of the Hindu American Foundation. Dr. Amin is also a jail chaplain. I think we're going to talk about that, chaplaincy and where people need advice and how it can be given, and a columnist at Patheos. We're going to get some of your blogs over on the HUA blog. I know we're going to be talking about that as well. And over the past 18 years, Dr. Amin has guided over 1,200 young adults in navigating interfaith relationships, sharing his insights through now 4 published books, including Interfaith Marriage, Share and Respect with Equity, Hindu-Muslim Shadi, Hindu-Muslim Marriage, Difficulties and Reconciliations, and Hindu Vivaha Samskara, which he co-authored. In his career, he's a PhD in pharmacology. He has 42 years in research medicine. He's got 6 patents. He's published 23 scientific papers. He's also born in Gujarat, India, but he's living here in the USA. He's traveled to over 40 countries. I know recently you traveled to Mali and Indonesia, and you have maybe we'll have an opportunity to share your experiences there and the different laws that folks have as well. And he is the proud father of 2 American-born children, so he's sharing from his own experience as well. So with that, before I give it to Dr. Dilip Aminji, let me see who else is posted in the chat. We have, who is this from Dayton, Ohio? Vijayji. We've got Dilip from Maryland, Basji from Florida. Glad to have you with us today. Shantaji, you have your hand up. I think we'll get to you shortly, but Shantaji from Canada, I think Toronto area, glad to have you on. Kamleshji, you have your hand up. Thank you for joining us. We'll get to you shortly. But with that introduction and that little warm up, let me hand it to Dr. Dilip Amin to get us started on this important conversation on interfaith marriage. And we've crossed 70 people in our webinar. So that is I'm glad that we got those numbers up. And if you see that poll, let us know if this is your first time. Let me share that shortly as well. Nice. Almost 55, 56 of you have filled out the poll. So that is encouraging. Love this engagement. This is an important issue, and we need your engagement as a community to really dig into this issue of interfaith marriages. So thank you for all of that. And with that, Dr. Amin, let me hand it to you to get us started. Thank you, everyone.
Great, Ankur, and thank you very much. Namaste to all participants. As Ankur said, my name is Dr. Dilip Amin. Over 19 years, as he said, that I have guided 1,200 youths in interfaith relationship, navigating their different difficulties. And I have summarized all those in 4 different books. Now I want to share my extensive knowledge with all of you. And that is why I'm excited for this groundbreaking course in this spring at Hindu University of America. I hope I will be able to train some of you to be a marriage consultant. You never know when you will need that help all of a sudden, and then you'll be running around to looking for me. It's rather you be prepared for it too. And I hope all of you will be able to stop at least 5 irrational marriage, religious conversions for marriage, interfaith marriages in your lifetime. So it's not a high bar. Once you know how to nitty gritty of interfaith marriages, how it works, you will be able to achieve that milestone of stopping 5 religious conversions. And that will be admirable work. That's a pluralistic work. That's the kind of world we want to live in, to love and share, love, fall in love for real love, not for the objective of converting somebody to your faith. That's irrational logic. Now, did you know that 38% of Hindus in America, they marry to someone who is Christian, Jewish, or Muslim? Now, if interfaith marriage has not touched your family life yet, it may soon. You will find out that either your son or daughter or neighbor or colleague, all of a sudden, did you know this thing? Ah, so it's very important subject matter, very critical, has not been dealt so far, and I'm glad you participated today. Once you take this course, it will be like a vaccine. It will, even if you forget 10 years down the road, immediately you will know what to do. So this course is designed to prepare you for reality, and you will get a lot of valuable insights into practical tools, engaging and learning about these interfaith marriages. Now, this is the first course of this kind, so don't miss it. Now, you may wonder who should attend this course. So, to start with, if you are a parent, you are a proud parent, you just send off your daughter, son to college, you may hear one day from them when you are having a nice cup of coffee with them, and all of a sudden, that I'm in love with Muhammad, or Mom, I'm in love with Jennifer. Are you ready for that conversation? Unfortunately, many Hindu parents respond with emotions, irrational arguments, and when faced with this situation. And they end up becoming enemy of their own son or their daughter on that dinner table. What I will suggest, and we'll go through that you be their friend, let them do what they want, empower them, but at the same token, properly guide them. And ultimately, it will be a win-win for all, whatever decision they make it. So that's my approach. So this course will equip you with very thoughtful and very intellectual discussions with your own children on that dinner table when you hear those shocking news, helping you honor your culture and spiritual values while navigating this important event in their life. So think of this course as an investment in your future, in your heritage. Who else? If you are a young adult, 22 years old, in college, whatever, and also either in relationship or could be in relationships, or already in relationships, already considering marriage, or already interfaith married, or even within faith married, still you will benefit. So for young adult, falling in love feels really exciting and sounds like this is something progressive. My parents are outdated, really frozen in India. They don't understand. This is so exciting. I'm with you. Go for it. However, interfaith relationships require careful considerations. You don't want to get burned, otherwise you will ruin your life. While I'm not saying interfaith marriages are bad, but navigating them with knowledge and proper preparations can lead to, if not done, then that could lead to significant challenges. So this course will help you make very informed decision choosing the life partner, whether that is within faith, Hindu marrying a Hindu, Patel marrying a Patel, across faiths, Hindu marrying Muslims or Jews, Christians, Sikhs marrying Jains, marrying Sunni, marrying Ahmadis, marrying whatever. And also interracially, white marrying to blacks, like that. Ensuring the foundation for happy and everlasting married life. And that's my goal. After listening, hearing, whatever you decide, my objective is you should be very happy even when you are 70 years old and in that married life, be that Hindu Muslim married life. And you say, I'm glad I hear this conversation and that really helped me. So that's my objective. Let's say third group is if you are a marriage consultant, if you are a wedding officiant, you are Hindu, Muslim, Sikhs, Jains, Jewish, doesn't matter. This course will help you. This is not only Hindu focus. This is not to make Hinduism look, glorify Hinduism at the expense of other. No, this is for all. It's just a matter of teaching people about pluralism. If you are a social studies student, or you are just a thought leader, community leader, all of them, you will enjoy this course. So this course will provide you deep insights into this challenges posed by religious differences. Especially, there is the hidden intolerance in all faiths. And that's what we will expose and will learn to find out. So in this course, what you will learn. So this course will take you on a journey through various stages of relationship. From the very first day you fall in, you go on your very first day. So exciting, just perfect person you ever could think of. But how do you know that person is not a con artist who has dated 20 other, 100 others people, and that person knows exactly what you will like it and it's a trap? Or that person is very genuine and the perfect one for you. From that point, later on, the difficult stage will come when you want to start getting married and all kind of issues will come up. The question of religious conversion for marriage will show up only 3 or 4 months before your Islamic nikah or church wedding or your Jewish wedding and all that. That religious conversion topic never comes up between Hindus and Buddhists and Sikhs and Jains. That's not practiced there. But all with Abrahamic, that question will invariably show up. And beyond, clearly raising the children will be the major issue or you need to discuss about where you may miss out, if not. Till the end of life ritual, it doesn't end there. Let's say you are interfaith married and your son or daughter, for whatever reason, I mean, it's not good to talk like that, but things happens that your son or daughter is no more. And let's say yours is a Hindu Jewish wedding. How you will have the final ceremony? Are you going to have a Jewish final ceremony or Hindu final ceremony? Now, during this such a traumatic time when you are crying and are you going to fight about, nope, it has to be Hindu rituals? No, it has to be Jewish rituals. Those are all things should be discussed out on your second or third date, not that thing happens. So that's what I will be preparing for. Read my books, go on Google and search for Dilip Amin, Patheos, Patheos, or just Dilip Amin in Google, and you will have all my writings, some 100, 200 videos there. Everything will prepare you. We will also go through insights into variety of sacred texts. We'll go through Bible. What Bible says about interfaith marriages. I always tell, if anybody in Christian Hindu relationship accept Jesus, problem is not a Jesus. I love Jesus' teaching. It will not hurt you in your interfaith married life. But if you follow your church, keep your church out, accept Jesus. And then you will be safer. But if you try to please your church priests and church rituals and church requirements and church every Sunday visits and all that, and if you are non-Christians, a big trouble is waiting for you later. Especially no baptism for your children. Why and what, that's something we can discuss about it. Muslim, we will clearly go through Quran, what Quran 221 says, that you have to marry another Muslims only. A slave woman is better than a non-believing woman. So if you are a Hindu and don't want to convert to Islam, then your status is worse than a slave lady as per the Quran. So are you willing to put up, get into that relationships? Do you understand that? And if that party says, no, I don't believe in that Muslim party for whatever reason says, no, I don't believe in Quran 221. I'm a very progressive, open-minded Muslim. Then he should not be asking for religious conversion for Islamic nikah. Again, I would say that there is no imam in this world, except one I know, who will perform Islamic nikah wedding without religious conversion, that is Shahadat. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is only one God and Muhammad is the messengers. Again, with Muslims, Hindu relationship, I would say that somehow, keep Muhammad out, except Islam. You perform namaz 5 times a day, read Quran every day. You do everything, keep Muhammad out, and you will have wonderful married life. Take it that I'm not against Muhammad, Prophet, a very valuable person to Muslims, faiths and all that. I'm just talking in context of Hindu-Muslim relationship and in the interest of Hindus. So please don't interpret me that I'm saying anything bad about anybody's faith or a religious person. At the same token, if you want to convert to Islam, I do not have any problem. Please convert. Clearly understands what you're getting into it, and I don't have any problem. I'll be the first one to come and bless you. So again, repeating, I am not against interfaith marriages. I just want to make sure that you know exactly what you are getting into it. In my books, you will see 10 questions, answers, and both the parties should be answering questions, answers. And when you are done answering, you will know where you stand. We'll also go through what Torah says and Jewish requirements. I talked to 10 rabbis, including many in San Francisco Bay Area. You know, that's a very progressive area. All 10 rabbis told me that if there is a Hindu-Jewish wedding, you cannot have a Hindu viva. You have to have only Jewish viva, Jewish wedding. Then only we will allow this. Then only we will be part of that wedding situation. Otherwise, just don't involve us. And the children must be raised in Jewish faiths. We will respect Hinduism. I say, what does that mean? This is like in your home front. Your home is Judaism. But if you have a guest, Hinduism coming to you, yes, respect them, offer nice tea, coffee, and all that, and then they go back. You belong to Judaism, but Hinduism will be just some outside person you respect. That's not acceptable to me if my son is marrying a Jewish person. It has to be, this is the Jewish and Hindus. This is the Jewish Hindu home. Children will be Jewish and Hindus. Equality, 50-50, I will not ask for 51%, nor I will settle for 49%. And why should you? Why you should be in any lower position unless you are a handicap, deformed, you have some defects. You don't have any problem. 50-50, that's my message. Actually, we will also go through Bhagavad Gita. There are certain things in Bhagavad Gita which Lord Krishna said, you pray to anyone, any god, ultimately it comes to me. Yours, that Abrahamic spouse, Christians, or they said, no, 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 no. When I pray in church, it goes to Jesus, not to Krishna. My point being, scriptures are written, nothing we can do. But we need to learn to reinterpret in today's world and context. And that's my message, and that's what you will learn in this classroom. We will also go through many personal testimonies. We'll have interfaith couples. They will be coming and talking to you directly. And that way you will have the first-hand experiences. Religious institutions' expectations. The problem in your interfaith marriage will not be the party spouse or whoever the lover you pick from other faith. Probably not that parents. Somehow you can manage to explain to that parents. But the problem will be the religious institutions, whoever the other side, they will be the problem, including Hindu Pandits, imams, the rabbis, and Christian priests. They are the one who will end their churches and mosque and all that. They are the one who will be putting. So keep all of them out and go enjoy your true interfaith love relationships, just like a free bird, without getting tied by those religious institutions. If you are, as I told you already, that as soon as imam got involved, any imam in this world they will want religious conversions before performing your Islamic nikah wedding. If you are a Catholic church, if you have attended any wedding in Catholic church, you may not know, but the Catholic church will want a prenuptial agreement saying that the children will be baptized and raised in Christian faith only. In one case, I talked to parents that, wait, how can your daughter have a wedding inside the Catholic church, inside one, not outside on the garden? He says, why? What is the problem? They don't have any problem with you. Why you have problem? I said, that means your daughter has signed up for this prenuptial agreement, which you do not know, aware about it. Remember that Catholic Church is like a corporations. You cannot have Hindu wedding inside the Catholic Church in any church in the world because they have an SOP. They must follow it. And you can go to their website. You will find that form which you need to fill in. The Hindu daughter may have done that, my parents, they don't understand anything. I'll just sign that prenuptial. My Christian spouse says, don't worry, just sign. We'll just ignore it. Who is going to come and check how we raise our children? So she says, how does it matter? Just sign it. So I call this thing, and same thing happens in Muslims too, that many Hindus convert to Islam. A Hindu will ask, what is there to do? This is just say 2 minutes, as I said, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. 2 minutes, that's called Sahadat. You are done. And then you, in our home, inside home, you can do puja every day. Nobody will know it. Don't worry about it. Just convert. So Hindu get fooled into fake conversion. And then they think that we solve the problem. I am very against this fake conversion. If you have true faith in Islam, true faith in the Catholicism, true faith in Mormonism, whatever, I highly endorse it. I fully support it. I am ready to bless you. But I do not endorse this fake conversion because there are many serious legal implications of these fake conversions. For example, you took this Sahadat, that, and now I'm Muslim. They document it. You are done. You are driving back home, car accident. Again, sorry to talk like that, but you are no more. Your dead body is sitting in front of your parents' home, and they are ready to give you final ritual, Hindu ritual. The Muslim party could go to court and ask the judge to put a stay on the Hindu ritual because the dead person was Muslim. They show the certificate. American judge who does not have any interest in Hindu-Muslim issues, they will order to confiscate the dead body and will put you in the grave. And you will be kicking in your grave why you fake this conversion. Let's say you got married, you fake converted, and 10 years pass by, you have two, three children, and things happens. You have divorce. So child custody better. You are rich, other side is wealthy, rich, you spend $500,000 in lawyer's fee. I'm not kidding. I have seen those cases. And both are fiercely fighting to get the children. I want the children. I want the children. As soon as the other party shows that you have converted to Islam, that means both the parties were Muslim, children should be Muslim only, or church come out and show that document that you have agreed to raise children only Christians. Immediately, your case will be so weak, judge will order that the children should be raised only in whatever both the parents were at that time. That was either whatever we discuss, either Islam or Christianity, like, or Judaism. And you will lose your case. You will lose child custody, or you will have the children with very restricted ordinance that you cannot have any Hindu idols or photos in your home because these are Muslim children, and you have to. But my point being, there is nothing you have to gain by this fake conversion, unless other than you just don't have a self-esteem, or you just don't have enough strength to be honest. So my message is, be honest, be who you are. That's it. And you will have a very happy married life. Now, in this course, we will also explore what is the truth and myth of love jihad. It's unfortunate that Hindus are promoting the word love jihad for show irrationally. In American, your son or daughter, let's say, in love relationship with the Muhammad, and then parents will say, he may be love jihadi. You cannot talk like that, because the love jihad word in India, it has been promoted like there is somebody who will change your name from Muhammad, they will change to Mahesh, fall in love with you, convert you, and then sell you up to Saudi Arabia. Those things doesn't happen in America. When you are already dating with somebody for 5-10 years in college, you know that person, that it's not that kind of, you're not going to be in that situation. So in this course, we will also discuss love jihad based technical term. Quran 2:21 says you must convert, marry to somebody who is a believer. I mean, most interpret as a Muslim. Your spouse may be, or whoever you intended spouse may be progressive minded and want to say that Hindus are also believer. So we will avoid this Quran 2:21, no problem. But then later on, they cannot come back and says, no, you need a conversion because, my grandma wants it and that's why. Then you are saying you believe in Quran, but then why you did not follow Quran 24:30? Meaning, Quran 24:30 says you cannot fall in love, get into any romantic relationship with the other party. You're supposed to lower your gaze and walk away from it. So why you did not follow Quran 24:30 and why you are asking to follow 2:21? You are love jihadi. You have right to claim there. So the term love jihad based on technicality. And if you explain it this way to your son or daughter who is American born, raised, maybe PhD, maybe physician, some highly professional, intellectual son or daughter, and if you present it this way, they say, yeah, no, dad, mom, you are making good points. So those are the kind of things you will learn. The reason I know all those, because I have gone through, guided some 1,200 years, over 19 years, on and on and on and on, all kind of situations. We will also go through global marriage and divorce law, especially the divorce law. You got to know, America, you are marrying, okay, divorce. You never know. And are you prepared for it? We will not only look issues, divorce, marriage and divorce laws in the West. Naturally, they will be covering those. Those are the very simplest. Two parties get to married, no religious involved, and you have equal rights. But we will also look into what are the laws in Indonesia. I was just in Indonesia 2 months before. I spent time there and I have published an article on it. Malaysia, they have a very, very irrational laws favoring Islam only and completely disregarding Hinduisms and all other faiths. What are the laws in India? India has the most complex laws. You can marry by the Hindu Marriage Act, you can marry by Muslim Marriage Act, you can marry by Parsi Marriage Act and Christian Marriage Act, or you could marry by the Special Marriage Act, where it could be secular. So very confusing. We'll also look into the laws into Israel and all. So when you look at all those totality, you will be really prepared for the planned interfaith marriage or to guide somebody how to effectively navigate them too. This subject may get cut and dry, boring, but no, 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 no. We'll make it very interesting. You will have so many exciting discussions. You will come up with, wait, why not these things? Why you say these things? This doesn't make sense. My neighbor married to Muslims and they have a wonderful married life. I'm happy. Great. We will also discuss Bollywood. Sharmila Tagore converted, married to Saif Ali Khan, changed her name to Ayesha Begum Sultana, converted to Islam, raised 3 children. All the 3 children have Muslim names and they are proud Muslims. So Samila Tagore, it's only name left, 100% Islam, 0% Hinduism. Whether that's what you wanted, I don't have any problem as far you clearly understand that. Now Sarmila Tagore, let's say Saif Ali Khan, his first wife, Amrita Singh, is Sikh. She changed her name, converted to Islam because Sheikh Ali Khan believed in that he cannot tolerate a Sikh in his married life. She must be a Muslim because of that Quran 221. And they have 2 children. Both children have a Muslim name and they are raised Muslim. So again, Amrita Singh, 100% Islam, 0% Sikhism. See, I'm telling you that it's so simple in interfaith marriage, handling it. Just say no, 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 I will not convert. That's it. That's what Kareena Kapoor did. Hey, Seth, buddy, I'm not going to convert. What are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? Wake up, wake up. So Seth is saying on video, that is a wonderful video. That's his word, that this is the problem with religion. Now I don't believe in this religious conversion anymore. So on this live video, we will see this video someday, that he used to believe in this one, but now he's not believing. So Kareena Kapoor changed Saif Ali Khan's thinking that 221, you have to convert the Hindu to Islam. Now he's a progressive minded. See, what I'm trying to do is all those religious intolerance, like Saif Ali Khan and his father, I want them to be more pluralistic, open-minded, be respectful to all, give respect to every religions are same. I mean, every religion has right to exist. And Kareena did it and Saif bodied for it. Unfortunately, Kareena Kapoor's now sons, she has not converted to Islam. She's still doing yoga. She's a vegetarian. She does Ganesh Puja and all that. Wonderful, great, great, great. But what Seth did is she did not ask Kareena to convert, but she followed the skip generation conversion. Skip generation conversion. He did not convert Kareena, but he skipped that generation. Let's spare Kareena, harvest the other one, and have the son's name. Taimur Ali Khan and Jahangir Jain Ali Khan. So he want to clearly establish that his future heritage is Muslim. Otherwise, they would have at least one name, Arjun or Ram or whatever, some pure Sanskrit-based name, versus he made a point having his harvesting the future generation. So we will also discuss in America a lot of cases, including in White House. Do you know the elected Vice President of America, J.D. Vance? He has his wife, Usha Chilukuri. She is very proud Hindu even today. J.D. Vance and Usha, they got married by Hindu wedding. They had a Hindu rituals, and JD was not believing in any religious things and all that. He was not following, he was a Protestant, not following his Protestant faith, till Usha and met. Usha wanted him to, he started interested in Catholicism at that time, and Usha says, why don't you explore your own faith? Go for it. And JD once converted to Catholicism when they were already married. So it's Usha was okay with it. She was open, progressive minded. She says, follow whatever faith you want it. Isn't it honorable for a Hindu to say this thing instead of convert to Hinduism? Instead of says, do be who you want to. And that's the same kind of teaching we need to teach to the Abrahamic, intolerant Abrahamic, that this concept of religious conversion for marriage must end with these generations. And we should not tolerate, we should teach them. So it's a golden opportunity, and they will appreciate us teaching them this new value. And that's what we will be teaching in this class. We'll be addressing many sensitive questions. See, what happened when you are dating? The boy and girl wants to be so sensitive to each other. They want to really please each other, make sure this delicate balance doesn't break down. And they don't bring out any of those difficult questions. I would say do exactly other way. If it is too delicate balance, if it is going to break, let it break upfront. Be honest. What are the things we'll be doing it? If one of the child dies, how they going to go? Are they going to? Is that going to go in the grave box, or is it going to be cremation? Let's discuss everything upfront right now. Don't shove the issues under the rug, because one day it will come back out after marriage by Hindenburg class disaster. Be honest. Bring all issues upfront. The most important issue to address in any interfaith marriage is, what is the formal religion of children? Christian will want the children to have baptism, deep in water. It's not a deep in water issue. It's what's going to follow later on, and including legality. A rabbi or Jewish will want children to have bris and bar mitzvah ceremony. Bris circumcision on day 8 of the son's birth, and son and daughter bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, age 9 to 12, 13. And the intensity of it. I hope we have a guest, Raj, who will be, I will ask him to join today and talk about it in few minutes, if he has joined. Church and the Muslims, they will want, before Shahadat, they want the religious conversion by Bar Mitzvah, and they want the children to be raised only in Islam, starting with the name, like Saif Ali Khan did. So that's the most important question. Naturally, you will be asking that will there be any religious conversion for marriage or later on? Name change, that is very important. Sarmila Tagore, such a beautiful name. Nope. Name must be changed to Aisha Sultan Begum. Circumcision. Oh my God, circumcision is so vital for Christians and vital for Muslims and Jews. They cannot tolerate somebody not circumcised. I know They asked circumcision of a Hindu boy, probably age 25, 30, who married a Muslim. And naturally, your sons, they will want circumcision because some guy, Abraham, somewhere at age 99, he could not conceive children. He had circumcision at the age 99, and then he had children. Whatever that story may be, circumcisions, they believe that if circumcision is not done, something serious going to happen to that son or son not having it. Point is, this is their true superstition. This is not science. I'm a scientist for 42 years. I have done extensive studies on circumcision. I mean, research, reading on circumcision. Actually, I believe that the nerve ending at the tip has so much value in the sensual relationships. And there is so much value. I'm against circumcision. There is no scientific merit. American Pediatric Association has not endorsed circumcision for a good reason. So if anybody asking that sons and daughters should have circumcision because of medical reasons, nope. It's just because of their superstition they want you to do. They want you to put a religious stamp on the children that that child is Jewish or Muslim. Christians, there is a mixed understanding there, but most wants it anyway. Finances. Do you know that church membership costs 3 to 12% of your gross income? Straight it goes to the church. It's not like Hindu Mandir where you go put money in that donation box, wherever you want it. No, And if you're Muslim, 2.5% of your certain assets every year goes there. Jewish, it's the same thing. So are you ready to cup out so much money out of your hard-earned money instead of spending on some vacations or saving for your retirement? Are you willing to give it to those Abrahamic religious institutes? And if not, I mean, you are willing to, it's fine. But are you going to give the same 12% to Hindu temples too? So 12% to Hindu temple, give it, great. 12% to church, great. 24% goes out of your thing. Government take over some 20-30% percent of taxes. So you will have meager some money left to live your rest of life. Well, I'm okay as far as you understood it. And most important is when you are dating, that person may sound, oh, cool guy, but is that person a religious fanatic? Is that person a con artist acting different thing? But something is going to come out. What that person is going to turn out 10 or 20 years down the married life, how do you know that? This course will tell you. So with that, we'll be soon concluding and we'll be getting to question answers because that's most important part. So if you take this course, it's will start on January 13th, every Monday from 6 p.m. PST, San Francisco time, till on the Zoom for 2 hours for 11 weeks. In the first week, we'll go through introductions and all that. Second, we will go through the scriptures and national laws. Third class, because it's very important, Hindu-Muslim marriages, only will be focused on that. Fourth class, Hindu-Christian marriage. Fifth class, Hindu-Jewish weddings. We will also look, the word caste, you're so stuck on the word caste, what the Britishers taught us, and now we are stuck on it. Will look totally different way. And actually this interfaith marriage, when they ask for religious conversion, the Muslims are being casteist, and we will look into that new concept. We will also have a class where irrespective interfaith marriage itself is a problem. Marriage itself has plenty of complexity. Go ask any married life. So we'll go through how to live a married life. What are the issues husbands and wife is looking for? The most important point in any married life, within faith, interfaith, doesn't matter, is the lack of communication. And that's why both the sides, they try to prove, look, I'm smarter than you, and get into competitions. And we'll explain you how to navigate through difficult married life. And if you follow some of the tips I will give you, you'll have really, your married life will turn really horrible married life, may turn into slowly and slowly into really loving married life. How do I know? I'm married for 45 years. I had a lot of kinks in the early married life, but I learned from other friends and focusing and trying certain tricks, and married life is getting better every day. Next class from that, we will be doing parenting. That you have a child, especially let's say interfaith child, how to raise a child. When 2 years old child behaves certain way, how to manage it. Your 12 years old teenager child start talking, hey dad, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to follow. You do it. How to deal with the teenage child when child fight against you. I'd say that congratulations, that when child challenges you, that means he's an intelligent child. He's conveying something. Only thing parent needs to do is to listen them. And I will guide you through how to manage, how to deal with children, and it will be win-win for both. The child will learn to respect parents, parent will learn to respect the child. Child's growth will be so beautiful. You will have such a happy married life if your children are really beautifully, peacefully getting trained in your home and then ultimately moving to their own college life and regular life. We'll have a special course dedicated to be how to be a marriage consultant. The important thing in marriage consultant, let's say you are guiding some neighbor's daughter, is let's say continue with the same theme that the neighbor's daughter fall in love with Muhammad. That part is a Brahmin and parents cannot. So now you are here to help the Brahmin daughter, that your objective may be to educate her. And you go and start telling her so many things. If you give her too much knowledge on the first meeting, you lost your case. He says, this uncle, I thought he's very open, progressive minded. He's also a jerk. I don't want to talk to you. So you need to give very small dose every day. Let it go a year or two during periods this dating comes to the education. Don't start with a heavy bombardment. And I will guide you what is the best effective way to tell your own son or daughter or some colleague's son or daughter to be. So you will be more like a marriage consultant. It could be a lucrative business for you. I mean, so many people are marrying interfaith and they will be paying you. By the way, I always give free advice, 0%. I don't charge anybody. So always you can reach out to me for guidance. The 10th class in of 11 will be different people's personal experiences. We'll hear from horse's mouth, and the last will be overview and answer. So concluding, this course provide a very objective, practical approach to navigating this complex and critical issue of interfaith marriages. We'll have a lot of interactive discussions. We will not agree to each other. No, it should be done this way. No, why? You don't. So, and that's very healthy. We will learn from each other. I'm not saying I know everything. I will look to learn your views. It will be very informative, but at the same time, it's going to be a fun course. So you will enjoy it. Convey this message to all of you. I'm opening up this for question answers. And before that, if Raj Yerashi, if he's here, Ankur, please put him on first to share his life experiences. And if he's not, anyway, thank you very much. Please open it up to all, and we'll be glad to hear from you. Thank you. Namaste.
Great, wonderful. Let me just share these poll results. Oh, you can see quite a few first timers, some regulars, a lot of people who've attended before, people enrolled in programs, taken at least a course, and people glad to have a wide range of people. Shanta Ji has her hand up. Who are we having come on first again? Sorry.
Raj Yerashi.
Raj Yerashi. Okay. Let me promote him to panelist so he can turn on his video. And I
Meantime, let
also
me
put
tell.
in the chat some details on the course if you want to click the link and see the details. It's again on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, starting January 13th. Raji has joined. If you can turn on your camera and then give us your feedback and testimonial.
Great. Can you hear me? I just unmuted. Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ankurji. Thank you, Dilipji. I appreciate it. And I would just say for everyone here, gosh, I wish I had known about Dilipji years ago and had taken his course before I got married. Everything Dilipji has said proved to be true in my case, almost a textbook example. I got married some 12 years ago to a Jewish American woman. We were both living in Bombay at the time. I was there for a bit. She was there short term working as a journalist, started dating, fell in love, got married. She was very clear that she told me from day one she would like to raise the children Jewish. And I said, well, I'm okay with them being raised Jewish as long as they can also be raised Hindu. And she agreed. And we left it at that. We didn't actually talk much in detail about what that really meant. I just said, look, you can teach them Jewish stuff on your part. I would love to participate. I've always been interested. Lots of Jewish friends. I lived in New York before that. And I'll teach them Hindu things on my side because my upbringing is important. I was very clear I would never convert, that I like being a Hindu and I identified as such. So anyhow, we got married, had an interfaith wedding. We named our children interfaith. The eldest is named Isaac, which is a biblical name, but his middle name is Sham, which is Lord Krishna. And our youngest, his first name is Arav, which means Lord Shiva, and his middle name is Levi, strong Jewish name. So we did the mixy matchy on the names because there was no preference on the. It was very much in the spirit of interfaith. Anyhow, things happened. Marriage didn't work out. We ended up going our separate ways. She was starting to become more Jewish after we had children, and then especially after the divorce. And one thing I would impress upon this audience, I know nobody plans to get divorced. We did not think about it. I had no prenup of any kind, but while you're married, you may still have tensions being interfaith, but there's still mutual respect, a desire to make the marriage work. When you get divorced, that all goes out the window. So you have to really think about things. And I wish we had talked about what exactly it meant to raise our kids interfaith. What were her expectations? What were my expectations? How much of a time commitment? Would there be a bar mitzvah? What does that mean? What's the preparation for that? And it turned into a textbook example where the exclusivist teachings came out. She became more Jewish. Post separation, started telling the children that Jewish law is that if the mother's Jewish, the children are Jewish, and try to interfere with my religious traditions as well. We ended up going to court over that. I lost. I got found in bad faith by a judge. I mean, believe it or not, she took the position that the children were 100% Jewish. I more or less proved her wrong and said, do your religious activities on her time. That was the whole gist of the case. She was trying to schedule her religious activities on my time with the kids. I have 50%. Lost that. The judge did give me makeup time so the kids could attend her religious activity, even though it interfered with mine. And then the judge found me to be in bad faith for even defending my religious rights. And this happened in New Jersey, the state with the most Indians, just 2 years ago. So the courts are not perfect, and you have to be extra careful. I ended up appealing that, took it to the appeals court, much better judges there, and I won it. So, but you shouldn't have to do that. And the best medicine is prevention, and really take Dilipji's course, understand how to go about things. I wish I had done that. I wish we had very clear expectations, not wrong expectations on both parties' part, and that we had written stuff down, so that's what I would leave you with, a personal testimonial. And thank you, Dilipji. Dilipji was an immense help while I was going through this court case.
Thank you, Raji, for sharing, putting that personal example on it and sharing something sensitive and all of that. I think our audience really benefited from that. I did. Very interesting. So we can take more questions for Raji, for Dilipji. Let me quickly launch the poll for enrollment. Let us know if you're interested in this course starting in January, if you really are, if you have questions. And then also 2 more questions at the bottom about upcoming retreats. We're going to have this Explore Nakshatras and Galaxies retreat at our campus in Florida and Samskritam retreat. Just let us know if you're interested in, of course, this interfaith marriage conversation. Almost 100 people ended up joining. I know this is on the top of so many people's minds, so many interesting aspects. As Hindus in America, we have to deal with it, you know? And so, Raji.
Let me start with questions to, if anybody has a questions to Raj, because just to complete it, and then any questions to me.
Yeah, Raji, you answered one in the chat, but just go ahead and the second question from Arnav.
Yeah, look, I think you just have to be careful. I wouldn't say don't do an interfaith marriage. I think there are plenty of people who marry within the faith who end up having horrible marriages, and we all know people like that. So it's really, you want to have a happy life, and really it's about the person and the compatibility. But you also want to remove any potential sources for arguments later. And God forbid you get divorced, make sure that your children can have your upbringing as well. So you just have to be really careful and understand the other religion. And you know, if you take the course, I'm sure you'll understand the landmines, and then you can better navigate them.
Raj made a very excellent point, and that is within marriage does not mean problems are solved. As a matter of fact, I see so many within faith marriages, Patel marriages breaking up within 3-6 months and all that. So it is a complex, marriage itself is a complex issue, and the message is the same: make an informed decision. You understand exactly what you get into it. The problem in within faith marriage is the youths end up marrying to please their parents. Don't do it. If you have problems with the whoever recommended person, delay the getting married, because you're going to create disasters. So it's a within marriage, interfaith marriage, intraracial marriage. Everybody will learn from this course. Let's take any other questions from its audience.
So Hari Potuluji is asking, in terms of your conversation with the rabbis, right? Which denomination do they belong to? Orthodox, conservative, or liberal? And maybe that's a more general question also, because within each of the traditions, each of the sampradayas, you know, you have people who are more orthodox, conservative, or liberal, the whole spectrum. So just how do you, even within there's so much differences, forget about the interfaith part of it. So maybe some
No, it's a great question. As I said, I talked to 10 rabbis, meaning it covers all spectrums. Even the progressive rabbis, they still told me the same thing. And I was shocked. The most conservative, the one with all those hairs and those traits, rabbis, they says they were the, I love them. They were the most honest. They says we just don't want interfaith marriage. I posed the question that what if the Hindu party converts to Judaism? Would you endorse? They says still we don't want them. That's it. Because they says we don't want those converted people, because they just cannot. They convert for out of passion, and they don't understand. They convert, and then later on they create trouble. See, I like this kind of honest people, not the one who's yeah, convert, we'll let you do fake conversion. No, don't do fake conversion. Next question.
Somebody's asking, Raji, what are your children's take on this? How are your children dealing with it, if you're willing to share, and just some conversation there?
Yeah, sure. Children are still young. They were 4 and 2 when we got separated, and they're now 10 and 8. So they're still quite young. I've done my best to keep them out of this, and I think my exterior credit has as well. So I think they're blissfully ignorant, which is how children should be. You know, the only other thing I'll say is we've each gone our separate ways. We're raising them in our respective faiths, and you know, I think the Hindu side is well represented. This experience has made me more appreciative of my faith and religion and the practices, and I've done my best to instill that in them. So everything works out for the best. So
one point that Raj did not cover was the New Jersey judge, what he did it, that he took away Raj's meditation time and give it to the bar mitzvah time. How about that? American neutral judge took away Hindu time and assigned to the Jewish time, because the judge understood Jewish faith don't have clue what is Hindu faith means.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get into detail on that. I wasn't sure how much time to allocate to that. But yeah, and I have joint legal custody, 50-50 parenting time. It shouldn't be that case, but the judges are biased. They're not always great. It was a judge whose last name was Wilson, clearly of Christian origin. Their Jews are very well represented in the judiciary as well. I'm sure she had colleagues who were Jewish. Less than Hindu Americans are probably 5% of the Jersey population at this point, and we're less than 1% of the judges. And imagine what the situation is in other states. So you should assume you're not going to get a fair shake, I would say, and do your best. Just do your best to just document things, have a very clear understanding, very clear expectations going in. And going back to the interfaith question, it's about, yeah, interfaith is fine. You just got to find a partner who's genuinely kind and understands things and will accommodate. But it needs to be done on proper information. So it's possible in our case, if we had scoped things out in more detail and tried to come to a proper understanding, either we wouldn't have been able to, and we would have saved ourselves a lot of headache and each gone our separate ways back then and found other partners to have children with, or we would have had less friction because, when you understand the expectations, you make an agreement, there comes with that some acceptance, which makes conflict less possible. And I would have had more things documented for a court case in the event we had still gotten divorced. Religion wasn't the reason we got divorced, so as an aside. But
if
yeah.
if Raj came to me before all those issues, I would not have accepted her terms that children will be Jewish. That's a very dangerous term. What she's telling, the same thing what Rabbi explained me, Jewish children belongs to Judaism, but will respect the gays Hinduism. Nope. He should have stopped right there. Nope, children does not belong to Judaism. Children will not be Jewish. Children will be Hindu Jewish. Everywhere it has to be a joint word. And get it in writing. I will not have any conversions. Children will be raised in two faiths. As soon as you tell the other party, Abrahamic, who is in religious intolerance, that children will be raised in two faith, immediately they will say, oh no, children will get confused. Tell them, nope. I never saw any Hindu Jains, they raise children in two faiths. They are never confused. They are confused because you are teaching your intolerant, irrational, religious, supremacist, exclusivist ideology. Get it in writing. Children will be raised in two faiths. If they sign it, the other party is very open-minded. Next question.
We appreciate you, Raji. Karthik Shamsundar also agrees with that or says that. We have Kumuji, who has her hand up. Shonaji has an interesting question she put in the chat. Do interfaith in-laws cause problems? And how does that look? How do you address that?
Actually, interfaith, within faith, in-laws are the worst. Because let's say, again, stick with that Ankur Patel thing. Both the interfaith parents feels that, oh, this is my son. And they go back to whatever was going on in India, even though Ankur may be born in America. And the girl's side, oh, this is my daughter. Oh my God, there is so much problem. Compared to that, I've seen many interfaith marriages. Oh, I mean, parents becomes irrelevant. Parents, both the parents don't like this interfaith couple, so they just leave them alone. In many cases, in some other cases, if the interfaith in-laws will definitely try to pull the plug towards taking you to the church and religious ceremonies, and oh, you got to have a bar mitzvah, you got to have, it's just little ceremony, why you would say, put you on the spots and make you feel miserable. In most marriages, it's in-laws makes the life horrible. I wish I can take a special course to train in-laws. That will be part of that class too. That my son married last year to non-Hindu, and we keep on reminding that let's make sure we give them the full space. So far, so good. They were just here our home yesterday. We had 3-4 hours of fun time, and they laughed. I hope it's continue doing the same thing for next 20, 30, 40, 100 years. Whatever. Next question.
Ankaji, thank you for enrolling. Poonamji, glad that you will be taking the course. If you've been moved, please do enroll. I put the link in the chat again. Kumuji and S have their hands up. Kumuji, let's keep it short. I'm gonna give you the chance to unmute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Please keep it short,
Okay.
Kumuji, but always appreciate you on.
Yeah, two questions. One is, how much does this really happen today, percentage-wise? And part of that first question is it more in the kids who are born here, or is it more in the people who have come here as students and, established life here? And then the second question was, being in America, do we not have like a marriage act or some kind of laws of the country that no matter where you come from or what your faith is, that you have to do XYZ things?
Okay, it's a 38%, according to my survey, 38% of Hindus married to Christian, Jews, and Muslim. In that one, I'm not including Hindu marrying Sikhs, marrying Jains, marrying Buddhists. I mean, that I put it all in one bucket. This other question of this, whether if there is any American laws, whatever. America has nothing. You are free. You are over 18. Make your own judgment. You just go and file secular marriage in the court. It's a secular wedding. That's about it. What you do about religion, that's your personal matter. Except like Raj case, when you go back to these things, court, then court will fight out your specific situation. And did I miss any of your question? I thought middle one. What was the middle question?
I know. Is it a higher percentage of issues with the kids who are born here in Interfaith, or is it the people who come here as adults and then as
Correct.
students?
That's a great question. I think interfaith marriage is a lot more in American-born children versus coming from India. It's all depend. If somebody just came, for example, I came to America and within 1 year I got married. Naturally, I'm fully in Indian system at that time when I was age 26. Went back to India, had a arranged marriage, whatever. Point is, yes, if you are versus you came to America, let's say when you are in sixth grade, and then if you have gone through the middle school, high school here, then you are more like American born. So yes, there's a range there. If you are straight from India, more chances you will marry within faith. American born, more chances you will marry interfaith. Other thing is, let's say you are in New Jersey, Edison area where there are so many Indians and growing up together, more chances that you will marry an in Hindu marrying Hindu versus you are in some Ohio West, some small town, more chances you will just that's because of the probability. When you walk out of your door, you will in America, I mean, you will meet 99% of time who is not Hindu. And if you are in Edison, it's probably you will have 50% of chance meeting who is non-Hindu. And if you are in some Midwest, you have probably 99.9% chance that you will marry, you will meet somebody who is, so it's a probability. Thank you.
Great. Next, how about Soumya? You can unmute yourself. Kamleshi, you're next, and then Vijay Kaneji.
Hi. Thank you. This has been pretty informative and, interesting to hear because um, I am a Brahmin, was married into a Brahmin family, um, but a different language. I'm a Telugu Kannada Brahmin. I was married into a Tamil Brahmin family. We raised our kids in New Jersey. We got separated and I got divorced 8 years ago. My kids live with their dad in New Jersey, in Allendale, in Bergen County, and I have moved to California. And I am currently dating a Sikh man.
Okay.
So everything that you said, I'm like, what the heck is going on in my life? I was raised Brahmin. I got married into a Brahmin family, and now I'm with somebody completely different. Life with the Brahmin family, with, you mentioned in-laws are the worst. They absolutely are the worst. They do not accept, again, I'm sorry, can I speak in Hindi if it's okay?
Yes, please go ahead.
जी, तो मुझे मेरी मदर इन लॉ, जब मेरी शादी हुई थी, उन्होंने मेरे को बोला था, घर पे कुछ नहीं सिखाया आपको। Okay, mom and dad didn't teach me anything because I was not raised like that. But I was married into your family. You also didn't teach me anything, and you're blaming me. How does it work?
No, I think I got your point. It's an excellent point. I wrote one article. You may search on Google and you will love it. Mira versus Margaret.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is in your case. When your daughter-in-law is Mira, what you will do as soon as Mira step in the home, you says, Mira, go fry samosas.
Huh?
And as soon as
Same thing. I was making, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but let me give you an example. I made sambar the way my mom taught me. And my husband, then husband, now he's ex, but he was like, oh, you're not making it like my mom does. Okay, this is what I know. I don't know what your mom makes. I don't know.
nope, I
You
got your
didn't
point.
teach me. Your mom didn't teach me, but you're expecting me to cook something that I have no clue. And
Yeah.
you're not okay with what I'm making.
No,
And you're blaming me.
I got your point. That's a typical case, what you explained. As I said, that if it is a Mira, they expect Mira to fry samosas. If it was a Margaret, what they will do is serve the Margaret some nice samosas. And when Margaret sees, oh wow, tastes good, the mother-in-law gets so joyous. Oh, my Margaret loves samosa. And then she will pack a bundle of samosas for her. Go and share with your friend. Why discrimination when it's your own person? You put them down versus some outsiders. Other point, that if they find it out that Mira was dating some other Hindu in college, oh my God, it becomes a moral issue that she's immoral. She was dating somebody. Versus with the Margaret, they don't care. They will never know if Margaret slept with 10, 100 people. Point is, Mira versus Margaret, discriminating your own people, making things worse. Again, that we'll be discussing extensively in this course. Hopefully I will teach the parents that learn to respect your own, kind pine. And you don't know how much blessed you are having your own Brahmin, your own. And when your son goes and marry another Muslim, you will find it out reality. That, oh my God, that Brahmin was so better than this hijabi somebody I end up marrying. So this is a social issue. Discrimination is part of human nature. It's human nature. Everybody, nobody can say that I don't discriminate anybody. Everybody discriminate everybody. Only thing is we have to learn to deal with the situations, and that's what this course will teach you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you
Great.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Soumya.
you.
So
Thank
now
you.
we are, kind of over time already. We have a few more minutes, a few more questions. Kamleshi, I know you've lived in the country for 5 decades. You have a couple points if you can keep it brief. Vijay Kane, you can go first. And Sophia, we will share some of the books that Dilipji has written, some of the articles and the email follow-up. As Dilipji has mentioned, he's written a lot. We'll include it in the follow-up email. So Dilipji, just get that information to Pragya Vatsa on our registration side, and we'll send out whatever you think is relevant that our audience will be interested in to everyone who registered, who didn't show up, so they'll have the access to your writings and can access them that way. Vijayji, go ahead.
Hello, Ankurji. I didn't actually raise my hand.
Oh.
So, but I absolutely enjoyed the presentation. This is one of a kind. And over the years, I have seen a lot of these issues that Mr. Abin is talking about. And I think this would be an extremely relevant course for a lot of people that are thinking in those terms. And by the way, I'm here in Pune and I had a chance to go visit the Tilak Ayurvedic Mahavidyalaya, and we'll talk about it another time. but I'll let you go to the next question.
Great.
No,
Thank
thank you,
you. That gives me
Vijay.
a
I think
friend of
you will learn a lot in this course. It will be an investment in your future, investment in heritage. So please attend it. Kamlesh ji.
yeah, Kamlesh, go ahead.
Are you going to put me on video?
No, go ahead.
I think you do that. The reason why, because I don't like talking to the screen.
Okay, you have to accept as a panelist. Make it quick. Lok Shandilaji, go ahead.
Not possible?
Yeah, you have to accept the panelist promotion. It'll take a second. You have to do it separately. In the meantime, Lok Shandilaji, go ahead.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree completely with Dr. Amin's explanation about the different expectations that Indian grooms, especially grooms' parents, especially the mother-in-laws, have with their Indian daughter-in-laws compared to the American Christians or Jewish or whatever. And I think part of that may be related to the inferiority complex that a lot of Indians feel very inferior. And if there is a Margaret as a daughter-in-law, they serve her on the platter, and they take great pride that they have a Caucasian daughter-in-law. So they treat her entirely different compared to Mira, who may be much more intelligent, better person, and more accommodated to the Indian families. And that's our problem in our, I think, expectations that we have with our own people compared to our daughter or son marries in a different ethnic group. That's our,
Look, can you also cover in 30 seconds your own interfaith marriage experience?
yeah, I was initially married with interfaith in the Christian woman in India, and we were working together. She was my uh, uh, junior to me, and initially we did get married in Arya Samaj, and right after the marriage we came here, and actually religion itself did not interfere much in our relationship. It was more other problems that we had. And then I had two daughters, beautiful daughters, very accomplished daughters. And unfortunately, because then I got divorced, so I could not be a part of their growing up. And so they both were raised in Christian with Christian faith, and I was okay with that as long as I believe, as long as some people they learn good things in life and be a good human being, that should be okay. So I was more liberal from that point of view. But unfortunately, our marriage did not work out because of more different personalities and different expectations.
No, good. Thank you, Lok. Lok made one very important point, and that I have seen consistently. What he said that children were raised in the Christian faith because probably the Christian side wanted them to be formally Christians, and the Hindu did not have any problem with it. Typical Hindus don't have any problem. Children raised whatever. Sharmila Tagore's children were raised whatever. Karina Kapoor's children are. We are open-minded. You are not open-minded. Somebody is making you stupid, making your advantage of your open pluralistic mindset.
Liberalism.
And we need to change that ideology. Children should be raised in two faiths. Insist on it. Kamlesh ji, make a point. In 2 minutes, you summarize it, please. Ask your question.
There is no question. There is a comment.
In 2 minutes.
I don't know how many
Yes,
minutes.
please.
If you interrupt it, then it will not even be long.
We will stop you at 2 minutes.
The first thing is that you are equating religions, whereas Hindu is not a religion, it's a dharma. And dharma, that is why within the dharma, 5 traditions and chants and everybody, the marriages are, traditions don't clash. Because originally they're all Snan. Now coming to your, those people who are saying that Jewish wanted their own, The Jews and Christians, they have a legal understanding about which Hindu girls do not know that, or Hindu boys, and that the religion will be followed by the children, that of the mother. Except for Parsis, international law is that if the girl is Jew, the children will be Jews. So expecting otherwise is not going to. The judge was following the. So I'm just clarifying some point because in my 86-year-old life, I have seen 50 of each hair, and I'm married for 60 years, which was not a easy ride, and we are both Kshatriyas. So now the question is that there are fundamental legal points which you should, our children should understand, and those are philosophical. The Christians say that we are exclusivist, and we say we are inclusivist. That is the fundamental difference. And saying that all religions are the same, we are not a religion. So my point is, I have written several books on this, that you make a questionnaire which every adult child in the 9th, 10th grade should read that questionnaire, that this is what they stand for, this is what we stand for. You see, and these are philosophic, existential questions. So just accepting it is not an answer. So I personally believe that at the age of 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you give the roots of Hindu philosophy as environmentalist and inclusivist. And at the same time, after giving roots, when they are ready to fly, give them the freedom to fly, give them the strength of the wings.
Yep. All right.
The
Thank you for that,
saying that all
Kamleshi.
religions are the same,
Nobody's
that
saying
is
all
not
religions are
going
the
to
same.
cut.
Yeah. Thank you, Kamleshi, for that. Last comment is going to come from Advocate Mitsu Chowda. It's actually my fiance. Mitsuji, what do you want to share real quick? And then we'll end this webinar with the closing thoughts from Dr.
Hi, I just wanted to share, wanted to answer the question regarding divorce and the religion that people were raising over here. It is very well explained by Dr. Amin. But one of the things that I wanted to just clarify is that we marry as per our marriage acts, in Hindu marriage act and different marriage act, and the place of marriage where you marry. Whenever you are going for separation or divorce, that matters a lot. So interfaith marriages, as it is said, living in it is not just very hard, but even living it is very hard. Also, I just wanted to clarify that people, when they marry in India as per Hindu Marriage Act and then they come and divorce in USA, that is totally invalid, and people do not know that, and the US courts do not accept it. So when people are going interfaith marriages, or same faith marriages, when people are going through the separation and divorces, they should also be mindful about that. I just wanted to clarify these points.
No, I think it's a excellent point. Legality is something, before getting married, you need to understand the legality. So in this course, we will go through, train you so many valid points. And once you decide you want to go for this particular relationship, I bet you will be so much well prepared, especially in terms of interfaith related problems, in terms of compatibility, just understanding each other's, in terms of how to deal with in-laws, how to filter them out. So many things you will learn. It will be really a big investment in your life, somebody's life. If you want to make this world a better place, again, this is something you should, and please promote it all over. Spread this video all over to other friends, and hope at least 50 of will sign up for this course. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Sorry if we didn't get to your question. Actually, one last one. Urchanaji Shamsundar is asking, what if the boy or girl identify as atheist and say they will be happy for the Hindu and raise kids Hindu, right? So kind of the other way, the atheist being accepting.
The atheists are also a problem in a way, because I have found that most of the Hindu youths, American born youths, they call themselves, oh, I'm not religious. They will they will be so shy to saying that I'm a Hindu. They want to distance from that because of stereotyping, wrong stereotyping in the media. The religion is a kind of thing, it's not a steady. Religion comes and go in your life. A 5-year-old child maybe, or an 8 years old child may be most religious, love Lord Shiva because the parents taught them so. But the same child once becomes age 22, this is announced that now I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any of those things. I'm done deal, done deal. But the same child, once that reaches to 35 and 45, and they have their own child, all of a sudden their religious upbringing comes back. So I would say that irrespective you are atheist, whatever religions, make a point. Agree, make sure the other party is not a religious fanatic, and agree that children will be raised in two faiths. One is atheism and other is Judaism or whatever the other one is there. And if the other party agrees, you know that the other party is sincerely open-minded, not just fake con artist who is trying to lure into his faith. So atheist or that doesn't matter. My message remains same.
Wonderful. Dilipji, it's a pleasure being with you today. I know this is an interesting topic. So many people are engaged, ask so many different questions. If you haven't filled out the poll, let us know. Look for it, minimize, maximize. About 50 people filled it out. Let us know if you're interested in the course or not, some of the retreats. It's always my pleasure to host these webinars. Dilipji, any last comments or suggestions or thoughts from you to take us out?
Life is difficult, life is painful, but we just learn to live with it. And if we learn with it, life could be nice, rosy, and wonderful. And it's the same thing for interfaith, same thing for marriage. People complain about marriages mainly because they have not learned some fundamentals of marriage. And when you get into interfaith marriage, that's my expertise. But again, it's the same thing that you need to learn to make more informed decisions. You make a decision like you are buying a house. You look very objectively. You don't get impressed by the nice flowers sitting outside the balcony, but you go and in the basement and smell. Wait, why this misty smell coming in the basement? That's exactly what you do in your interfaith love relationships. And if you follow these certain basic rules, doesn't matter who you marry to, it's going to be so wonderful. And as a matter of fact, as a married man, I can tell you that my married life keeps on getting better every day. I'm still learning. And it's such a beautiful union to be living with somebody and hand in hand making life with it. There is so much value being married. Doesn't matter interfaith or within faith, but it's all boiled down to make an informed decision. And this course will help you. You have spent so much time learning chemistry, the accounting and laws in your college course. Spending these 22 hours at Hindu University of America will be a life changer for you. Please join. Go spread message all over, and thank you very much all. Best wishes.
Thank you, everyone.